One thing that I would love to talk about, JB and Mark, if you guys are both comfortable, is like I think it's interesting because we have obviously a player's perspective and an owner's perspective here, but would love to just talk a little bit about Jalen's kind of free agency process and what that all was like from the owner's side, and Jalen what that was like from the player's side. Um,
I'll I'll let Mark go first
No,
because
I'll let you go
no,
first.
I'll let Mark go first.
No. You're the host. I'm just the guest. I get to pick.
So, me and Mark have had plenty of conversations. I don't want to say plenty. I'll say
Couple.
couple, 2 to 3 maybe. Um, and so from my perspective, uh, after we play the game, after we lose Game 5 in Western Conference Finals, I remember seeing like on Twitter, there was like Mark did a post game interview, like it was it was with our crew or whatever. Yep. And Mark was like, "Hey, like we can pay him the most money." And that was like the main thing I saw from the thing. We can pay him the most money.
And that's fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
And so I saw that, and obviously you go into free agency, and you start seeing all these moves and that the Knicks are making and all this stuff. And then obviously my dad going to the Knicks, and so there's an assistant coach. So then I'm like, all right, that's interesting. Like that's something that like is very unique, and like I just don't know, like how could I live with myself if I didn't like at least explore that option? That's one. Okay. And so we go into free agency, right? And then I have a meeting with the Knicks, and then after the Knicks is a scheduled meeting with the Mavs, right? Is everything I'm saying factual so far, Mark?
Kind of, sort of, except for the meeting part wasn't quite the way it was set up, right? Because they wanted us to come to New York, and we were like, okay, but what are we going to discuss? We need to have some reference on what we're going to be talking about if we come to New York.
Right.
And, we're like, we want to keep them, but we're not going to just show up in New York for you just to say no.
Right.
And, like I told you, there was a time where it was, okay, what is the number? Give us a feel. Well, can't talk to JB. He's going to a wedding. And that was pretty much the last we heard.
I was going to the wedding.
What year was this?
Oh, it was
Josh's?
No, hell no. It was Sekou's wedding.
It was Sekou's lawyer, yeah.
Yeah, it was Sekou's wedding. But so that was, like I said, from my point of view. And so once we got the number from the Knicks, right? Once we got the number from the Knicks and everything, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this, from Jalen Brunson's point of view, I didn't hear anything else from the Mavericks, right? And it wasn't from the Mavericks. It was my agent saying to me, "Oh, like they're not giving us a number, and all that in the third." And so, yeah, at that point I just chose the Knicks.
We weren't hearing back from there, right? We were like, give us a range. What's the number? We put up a number. They said too low. And then they were like, well, where do we need to be? We were hoping we'd have a home court advantage, right? He'd been here, 4 years, at least give us that opportunity. And then when it came down to it and it looked like you were going to go to the Knicks, so it was like, well, really the only number that's going to make it work is a max out contract. And that was the last of it.
Yeah. So, and then I think Mark and I, like we were on separate podcasts. Like he said some stuff, I said some stuff. All right, and then we decided to actually have a conversation together, work stuff out, and then boom, here we are. So
it is what it is. No hard feelings, behind both of us. I don't hold grudges or anything. There's no grudge to hold, right? JP and I have always gotten along, right? I don't think, and so I'm happy for him. It didn't work out the way I thought it would.
You guys made the conference finals, so I think it worked out pretty well.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, like I remember, we all went. Ali
was made the finals. Excuse me. The finals. Excuse me.
Yeah, the finals this year. Yeah, but I remember
it worked out great for both parties.
Yeah,
it worked out great.
But I literally remember we were after one of the games in Utah. The bunch of us was walking back. Ali was there, and we were talking and everything. I thought, okay, we're going to figure this out, and we'll make all this happen. And so to me, that's that's kind of where I don't know. I thought it would work out. I honestly thought it would work out. I really, really, really did, but it didn't. And that's okay. All's well that ends well. I'm happy for you, the King of New York, and I'm happy for us. It is what it is. That's the NBA.
Yeah. The only thing that I didn't like about the whole situation was when Mark said, when the parents got involved, that's when things got messy. So that was the one thing I was like, I kind of was like, damn, that was a little jab. But
it wasn't really. No, I didn't want to go there here, right? It wasn't a jab at all. I mean, there's no reason for us to talk about any of that stuff, but it wasn't just a jab, JB, for real.
I know. I'm just saying. Well, that's when I heard that. That's what maybe I felt a little certain way, but I got over it. Obviously, that's my parents,
Yeah.
so.
And I apologize. I think put you in a certain way. That wasn't the intention, but it was hard to deal with. It was unique. It was a unique negotiation in a lot of different ways.
I would say it's the same negotiation that we just went through with Isaiah. I would say it's pretty similar.
In some respects, yeah. I'm sure it was. I mean, I don't know the details, but yeah, it may well be.
Yeah, but it's over and done with.
Yep.
We're here now, and that's it.
And I'm happy. Literally, I'm happy for it. I mean, like when you got married, like we still keep in touch. I'm always sending you congrats and this and that.
Yep.
So there's definitely no hard feelings at all. But it's always interesting when your dad and I walk by each other. It's just like he gives me the eye, I give him the eye, then we smile and then keep on walking, right? And so, all's well that ends well.
Yeah.
Josh and I were, to see the Mavs in the finals, to see Jalen doing what he's doing, like Josh and I were actually talking about it last night. Josh was like, can you imagine how different JB's like career would look right now if like they had got a deal done, not to say better or worse, but just different.
Right. Just different. Sure.
And it's just crazy how things work out.
Yeah.
The only thing I wondered, how did you not get any stock in CAA when you signed those deals and brought everybody in?
I'm not going to disclose any information about that. I'll keep that close to the chest.
This episode is brought to you by Whoop.
Whoop is a 24/7 health and fitness wearable that tracks your daily activity like other wearables. But where it really shines is in its detailed breakdowns of your sleep, recovery, stress, and more to help provide you with personalized insights and feedback on your health.
I've been wearing Whoop for the last 4 years, and it's really helped me understand my recovery and sleep and make sure I'm prepared for when I need to be at my absolute best.
It's not just for professional athletes, though. I've also been wearing Whoop for about 3 or 4 years, and it really helps me stay on top of my health, get a deeper insight into my sleep. It's the first thing I check every morning. It gives you a recovery score based on your sleep and your body's vitals, and it acts as your daily guide for how much you should push yourself in your workouts.
Ooh, I was 93% recovered.
Mine was a 55.
Dang.
But see, that's because I'm pushing my body these days, and you're resting your body. Throughout the day, Whoop tracks every heartbeat and keeps you updated on the exertion and stress you're putting on your body. Then each night, Whoop will give you a suggested bedtime based on your day and how recovered you'd like to be the following day. Whoop can help track it all to show you the positives and negatives of your lifestyle.
Want to try it for yourself? Try Whoop for 1 month free on us and get your health journey started.